live on a Friday then. Sunday. What? What? Actually, doesn't really matter what day it is. Never really does. We're reliving time. I got a download that made me come up right away. It was right, Metatron. Was the 10-day energy. It shifted. I was sitting out there with B in the sunlight, and I think we're gonna speak from Buddha too. And I got a download of the 10-day energy. What's coming around for the next 10 days? I don't know. Let's check it out. What's up, everybody? I am not comfortable in my chair, and that's all those weird noises you hear throughout the whole video. I wiggle and move and stuff. I don't like it. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger God, the first child of God, Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had seen, oh my lord, what I posted in my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. This is what we're in now. Oh lord. Spiritual struggles. Lovely. Really? Let me verify the date. But I felt it as I was sitting in the sun. The sun god spoke to me. What's today? January 30th? Chickadee check yourself. Is that Ken Moo? No, that's Sesh Moo. Whatever. Oh shit. Are we a week behind or did I... Yeah, I guess we are. Really? Well, what's today's date? Did we not shift? Or did I not read this? I don't know. But it says that we're in Ken Moo. So let's just go past the spiritual struggles and say that we went through that. Why? I don't know. Gosh, number 17. I mean, has it been that long? It's a possibility. We skipped through 10 days of bullshit, but I feel like it was 10 days of spiritual struggle. Really? I don't know. I'm not even going to worry about it. I don't believe in mistakes. No? Mm-mm. Don't believe in mistakes. Let's go on to number, am I right? January 30th, Ken Moo. Yep. Rest and repose. I feel it, dude. That's what I told her. Yesterday, my stomach was all weird and my head was all foggy. I couldn't really ground myself. This morning, it feels weird outside. My insides don't feel weird, but I just feel kind of groggy. Really? Lazy is what I said. I feel lazy. She said she had some cabin fever. I told her I got a download that we should go for a walk. There's this really cool walk that I do by myself. It takes only probably 30 minutes, but it takes everything out of you and you'll feel really refreshed and wore out at the same time. So I suggested that to her, but I was like, here I am telling you to go on a walk and I'm fucking lazy. Really? I got a great night's sleep and then I woke up and watched a fucking love story. I found that poetic. Really? I don't watch it like that. But I was actually in a negative place last night when I went to bed. So going back to those spiritual struggles, I feel it. I've been struggling all fucking for like a little bit. Spiritually, what does that mean? It means keeping your spirit up. Fighting the mind, keeping it, you know what I mean? Keeping your vibrations high when shit is just irking you. And that was last night. I was like, ugh. The twin flame journey is what started this. But it's like, just like everyone else, I am human and I'd be like wanting to run away from it. I've had enough. I'm burnt out. So to see this card, I'm like, yeah, really? It's been a long ass journey. And it starts with a man. And it's like the whole thing is an attraction to, all right, it's not always a man. It's just the awakening of a fucking soul. It's a soul contract that awakens within a person. Because I don't want to say that not everyone's a woman that starts on this. Anyways, and so the soul contract starts where you're attracted to this person, and your attraction to this person brings up all of your negativities, low vibrations, unhealed wounds, fucking traumas, fucking just everything, insecurities, fears, fucking angers, everything. They're just absolutely just triggering. So it's like, ugh, you wish it would go away. It's like, I tried to explain it. It's like it literally walks you straight into fire. I'm like, please don't make me. There's no other way though. Whether it's you or someone else, I'm going to have to fight this battle. And that's where these people come in and they're like, they push you to higher lengths where you have to fight deeper demons. And that's why I'm wore out. Why are you so wore out? Bro, I've been fucking going through fucking trauma and shadows nonstop for days and days now. You have to have those days. She got a great Jupiter energy. She was fucking high on Jupiter yesterday. She was feeling life. She had makeup on. She had cleaned her whole car, her fucking house. She went shopping. She was full of herself yesterday. I didn't catch that. I didn't get that Jupiterian energy like I normally do. And that's what I was like, I tried to explain to her. I was like, that, what you're feeling today, that's why I do this shit, girl. Nobody knows about the high that comes after you go through a dark night of the soul. You are so fucking high on yourself. You are so fucking high. You are so high on the Holy Spirit that you survived some shit and you have overcome some shit and you outgrew some shit. It still hurts, but you are really proud of yourself and you're really grateful for this experience and you have understanding why it's like a bright new day, dude. And you're like proud, you're glad to be alive. Really? And it's just a couple days of darkness in your mind, but you are so fucking high on life when you come out of it. Really? And that's what she was on yesterday. I was like, that's why I do this shit. That's what I'm addicted to, is that empowerment that comes after you deal with yourself, after you face it and you fucking cry about it and shit. She said it last night. She's like, dude, I can't cry no more. Like, I don't have a tear to shed. It's weird. I was like, you ever seen that movie, The Holiday, where she's sitting there trying to cry about the shit and she just can't? I was like, that's what they call you give no fucks. And I told you that. You get to a place where it doesn't hurt anymore. You just stop crying. You have to wait till it happens and you can't stop crying until it happens. And she was experiencing it. She was like, dude, I'm fine. And then they just ask me, how am I? And I start breaking. So that's all it takes, because you're true to your nature. Someone asks you, how are you? And your heart says, I'm not so good. And people you know what I mean? They want to hear you out, and that's okay for you. You're sitting there persecuting yourself because you're not so good. I allow myself to not be not so good. And that's called shadow work. I'm dealing with some fucking heavy shit right now. I'm not on my par right now. I'm fucked up. Realistically, yeah. So going to spiritual battles and all that, it's like, after you come out of it, you're just beat up, dude. You just spent your whole day all fucked up. It's trauma. If you're not going through trauma like she just did, that was traumatizing. You know what I mean? And it was a re-traumatizing situation that had happened to her before. If you're not going through it and you're just going through the therapy of it, you're still reliving the trauma. It comes with all the same emotional ups and downs. It comes with all of this, you know what I mean? In order to process it like I do so quickly, you have to go through all those stages, which is what they call it in magic, the magnum opus, which is it's the transformation, the alchemical transformation of a negative to a positive. Really? Yeah, but it happens inside of you, just within your thoughts and your feelings. You fucking start boiling, bro. You get mad about something inside of you and you're holding this in. You get sad and you hold it in. You get all of these feelings inside of you and you hold it in and you turn it into something. What people don't understand is they're projecting that energy onto everybody else. But you have to, you know what I mean? You have to learn to harness that. That's the fucking power of the magician. That's real manifestations, because all we have is our negativity. All we can work with is the negativity. And if we can use that and turn it into, we can turn it into great things. Really? There's a huge high on that. It's called turning nothing into something. Really? With nothing more than an idea. But anyways, going back to it. So yeah, I feel like I went through a lot of spiritual warfare. And last night I was really beat up. I'm like, dude, it always starts with just a guy. It's like, go try to love this guy. Oh, fuck. And that's where it starts. And every time I even, try to put you into a picture, I picture the hell of the past. I'm like, oh, hell no. So like, I would just be sitting there, like on a night like last night, I'd be like, dude, please don't make me. I'm so tired of this. I am so burnt out. And that's the spirit. The spirit is, trying to fight the mind. I get weak of it. I'm tired of it. Really? Yeah. I do this shit all the time. I'm human. And so I'll burn myself out doing it, and to where I'm like laid out, and it takes me a couple days to recover from all the fucking reprogramming of my mind. Really? I get in there, dude, and it's scary. I don't even try to. All I'm trying to do is just sit there in people's situations. You know what I mean? Seriously, what happened to her in the real life made me have to deal with my own real life situations. And even though she got through it how she got through it, it took me a little bit longer. Really? Physically? I mean, I can understand it. My spirit has all understanding, but it still takes so much time to work through the body. This has been stored up in my body for a long time. The fucking anger about this, the hurt about it, the betrayal, the shame, the embarrassment. I've been holding this. I'm about to fucking lose 5 pounds right now. And that's where it is too, is how do you get it out of you? You got to walk it off. You have to burn off what energy is you're still holding on to, deplete it completely. Seriously. Yeah, it's like letting all the oil come out of your car and refreshing it. But with that being said, it's Friday, so it's still, puttering. Really? They're turning up the heat. They want to burn the fucking shit out. Really? Burn them out. Rest and repose. That's where I'm at. Really? Yeah, let's talk about it. For 10 days, we're supposed to be chilling like villains, which is fine. That means that we can relax for 10 days. That's good. I told you there was this time where they would give us a break. Give me a break. On page 88, for sure. Ken Moo. It's the boat, Deacon. Gold. You need gold. Rest and repose. Sometimes you need to step away from your duties and responsibilities to get a break from the hectic pace of life. Work can be rewarding, but overwork can drive down your productivity and cause problems with your relationship. I had a download. I've been getting so many downloads. While I was reading yesterday, but I didn't speak on it. You guys are bored with your lives. That sucks. I know. I mean, it's so simple. It's Dr. Phil. Quit your fucking job. Get into life. But it's again going back to the Eight of Swords. You have to think your way out. I can look back at myself where I spent years in a home that I wasn't happy and not doing shit because I couldn't think of a way out. All I could think of is the reasons why I couldn't leave. So I can't force that on you. And that actually is called your karma, bro. You don't have the power. God has taken away the power for you to get out of your situation. He's made you powerless to your own situation because you begged for it and you wanted it, despite him telling you it was no good for you. Really? Yeah. I swear. It takes a lot of discipline on his side and a lot of restraint on your spirit guide side to watch you go through the suffer of the mind. But all of us have, and they understand the bigger picture, and they can fast forward to see that the great outcome that this comes from. You can't, as you're going from minute to minute, day to day, month to month, year to year. Really? Like I go back to last night. Why? God, karma. This is payment. No, it's not payment. Karma isn't payment, and it's not persecution. It's balance, understanding. All your lives, you'll live, you know what I mean? One life you'll live this way, next life you'll live the other way. One life you might be on this side, next life you'll be on that side. One life you'll be a man, one life you'll be a woman. One life you'll be rich, one life you'll be poor. One life you'll be full of love, one life will be full of suffering. I suffer no more than everyone has suffered in the end days. We all suffer. We're supposed to take that suffering and turn it into love. Really? It has purpose. My suffering is no more than anyone else has suffered. I just have learned a way to overcome my suffering, and I have a duty and responsibility to those that are still suffering, like her. I was her a decade ago. And again, 20 years ago. That was me. I did this fucking 10 years ago, bro. Let me tell you how to get through this. Realistically, misery loves company for all the wrong reasons. I don't want to sit here miserable with you. I want to tell you how to get out of it. How I didn't, you know what I mean? How I failed, how to do it better than I did. Really? Dude, for real. So, you know what I mean? You're stuck there until God tells you to get the fuck up. And when he tells you, you go. When you feel it, then go. Right? Right. Let's see. Taking a rest from time to time is important to maintain balance and good health, and can also mean taking a step back from intense situations as a relationship or stressful project. And you can see that's what I said is like, I'll take a couple steps forward only to end up right back where I was, and I don't want to do this anymore. Realistically, yeah, I wasn't made for boot camp. Get your ass out there. And that's the spirit guides, bro. I'd be wanting to give up. Pac, Kobe, fucking DMX, Nipsey, Mike, they won't let me. They won't let me. They won't let me sit in my bed for too long. They won't let me think of a thought for too long. They won't let me feel sorry for myself for too long. They won't let me fail myself. In the end, it's like all of this for a man and children. That's all a woman was made to do, was have a happy family. It's something that God made. It's not something that's not real. It's just something that I didn't understand you had to work so hard to be part of. Stressful project. Anyway, so you have to take, what is this? Take a step back from an intense situation such as a relationship, stressful project, or stressful projects, so you can get your bearings and approach it with new perspective. The repose, somebody's in my energy. How do you know? Because I'm stumbling on my words. If I could figure out who it is, then I would know that, because it's a particular person. It's always the same person when I do this. Really? Sorry. The repose expression by this card encourages meditation and inward reflection. Oh, there's another one of those days. Really? That was the Four of Swords. I told you. We're on lockdown. Hey, I went outside to walk my dog, and it's for real. Really? There's not much movement where we are. I don't know. I don't watch TV. I don't know. I haven't looked on Facebook or anything, but I can tell you that where I live, they're protesting for sure. Really? Yeah, there's little to no movement. It looks like a holiday out there. There's like little to no movement. And that whole street, Hampton, be backed up. I have to take the side roads to take my daughter to the high school. And there's no traffic on it. Really? No. Maybe they didn't get the memo, or they're Trump supporters. I'm not quite sure. But a lot of businesses and shit, no, it looks like I saw people standing outside of the bank and it wasn't open. Really? Hey, God bless America. Go take the day off. Don't you feel stupid? The tradition of this deacon's name merits some examination. The hieroglyphic is composed of 4 separate characters that combine to create a compound word. Whoa. We spoke about this last night, and that's the 4 elements, which is what makes the magician. It's what you're made out of, the elemental. You're made out of earth, fire, wind, and water. But those are also significant to the cups, the swords, the wands, and the pentacles. Sorry, I'm getting downloads. I'm seeing visions. The first 3 characters combine with the form of the word whatever, the closest translation of which is wrap in, meaning something that is cloaked or concealed. The final character, N33A, can I get a B? Just kidding. Sorry, the kid in me is making jokes. Is 3 dots, meaning 3 pieces of grain, but it can also be used to signify multiples of something. In this case, possibly 3 stars of the deacon. However, N33A is also used in the hieroglyphic for a carnelian, which is the mineral associated with this deacon. Where's my carnelian? I'm like, is it in that or it's in my purse? I think it's in my purse. It doesn't matter. They're right here. Okay, what about the carnelian? Which is a mineral associated with this deacon. And so there's obviously some deeper meaning to the nature. What the fuck is it? N33A? Yeah, that's out of this world. As the final deacon on the boat group symbolizes the journey through life and spirit, it is fitting that Kenmu stands for the rest and repose that comes with death. This is a different kind of death and endings found in the Temat Keret card of Deacon 7. Kenmu indicates true rest an opportunity to recharge your batteries. This sounds good, bro. Really? We need a vacation. Really? Hey, you know what I'm seeing? I said this before when I saw this card. This is an instant replay. Hey, there was this movie, only this old ass people know about it. There was this show called Married with Children. And Ted Bundy was a fucking Ted Bundy. Was that his name? I think it was, right? This fucking jeez, I don't was that really his name? Fuck me. It was super funny because like a fucking couple weeks ago, fucking Morgan was like, Russ is like the fucking Bud Bundy of the pack. I started laughing so hard. Anyways, he was a shoe salesman and he wanted to take a vacation, but he couldn't take a vacation. So he put these baby gates around his car, around his couch, and his family acted like he was taking a vacation. And he checked himself into the couch. He put his hand in his pants and he sat there for 10 days or however long. And he was on just a spaced out vacation on this couch called a staycation. Anyways, that's what I got the image of. We might not be going anywhere, but that's cool because we're chilling. Really, I will fucking sleep. I will sleep like fucking Sleeping Beauty for 10 days if I could. All right, let's see. What does it say? That's what it says. It's true rest. That's what I got out of this. Indicates true rest and an opportunity to recharge your battery. Each decanal star undergoes a period of rest of approximately 70 days, which it no longer appears in the night sky. Really? Yeah, that's Venus, and they call it Cyrus too. They both do it. The star is said to be resting in the Duat until it experiences a glorious rebirth with the helical rise. This week in the Egyptian calendar includes much turmoil in the spiritual realm, including the arrival of Sekhmet's slaughterer demons, and the 7 executioners. Ooh, see, they come out to play while we can go rest. Really? The freaks come out at night. I love this time of year. It's the most wonderful. Really? You ain't got to worry about shit. Really? The dark side has come to rule. These are normally forces to be feared, but their target are the enemies of Re. And Kenmu's task during this week is to save the gods, the king, and the faithful followers from those who would harm them. Realistically, they're about to whoop some ass. You're going to see a bunch of fucking videos about karma. They're getting your ancestors are fucking them up. Blah, 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 blah. Towers and towers. And I can see it now. Oh, there's something at the door. Hold on one second. My apologies. That was maintenance and everything. They were checking on my move and how it's going. And I explained to them and they were really grateful and blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Yes, moving on. So we're going to spend 10 days chilling while they take care of the villains. Ritual. In ritual work with Kenmu, in ritual work, Kenmu is a powerful avenging and protective force. Well, we did it. I tried to tell you. We did a teaching on magic and magical attacks and hexes and all of that stuff. And I tried to explain my authority in the dark. And that's really, I don't fuck with you. You can't fuck with me. And so as part of the Egyptian family, they're going to come and wipe out anyone that wanted to stand in our way. Now, of course, those that are Christians and don't believe in such things, then you can't depend on such spirits to have your back, right? Or maybe you're willing to, invoke or at least allow such spirits to defend you. As they say, the same thing with the angels. You have to ask them. They cannot work again or work for you without your permission. It's some free will choice thing like that. They can't intervene. Angels are there at your disposal, but you have to ask. Ask and so shall be given. Sorry, I have to take these freaking pants off. They're bothering me. I'm not a pants girl. I don't like pants. Really, I don't like them. I don't like how they feel. I look great in them. I look really great in pants. It all looks all curvy and fucking sexy, but I don't like them. I don't know what it is. Somebody needs to come up with a new invention. Women were never supposed to wear pants. That's what I heard. Ooh. All right, let's. I mean, fuck off. Like some yoga pants or something. Anyways, let's move on. Wasn't expecting a knock at the door. We're going to check the Odin energy. Odin, son. He rules over 9 realms. These are energetic levels that are just hanging over us. Damn. No way. I got 2 of them that flew on the floor, and I'm looking at them like, oh, no way. Really? Yes. Bitches and gentlemen. Do you guys know who Thor is? Oh, it's awesome. But so is this. Really? Yes. Those are great colors, too. Just want to point out because they match everything that's going on over here. Really? I'm seeing the color orange. We're working with color orange. I'm seeing a lot of orange. Really? Yeah, well, we're working with the sacral chakra. Move down a little bit. Right there. A little bit below your belly button. These are, I don't usually pull 2 energies, but we're going to take both of them. Why not? 2 for the price of 1. Odin? No. We need Thor. No, Loki. Why does Loki come before Thor? Fucking Loki. Realistically, yeah. All right. Associated with thunder, Thor is the son of Odin and Jord. Earth. His hammer is one of the most fearsome weapons in existence, given to him by his father Odin, but with a warning that it is to use responsibility and with great care. Crafted by dwarfs, the hammer represents power as well as destruction possible if we misuse our earthly life. Be mindful of your abilities. Your emotions are instinctually see what I mean? Somebody's in my energy. Give me a minute. I'm going to figure out who you are that doesn't know how to read and speak properly. It could just be you're stuttering because you want to speak. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Your emotions are intrinsically linked to the way that you use them. Our feelings are the most powerful weapon we possess. I told that to be. I was like, if I wrap my mind around him and I want him, I can have him. I can have anything I want. I just have to want it. Really? Mm-hmm. And that's where it talks about our feelings are the most powerful weapon we possess. The real weapon is love. If we withhold love, we damage another. Whoa. If we allow anger to drive us, we cause hurt. If we live fearfully, we miss the opportunity life offers. Recognize the gift this card offers. Thor's hammer can break through the walls or barriers in the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual realm. There's those 4 again. Really, the physical is your pentacles, right? That's earth. Your emotional is your cups, which is water. Your mental is your swords, and that's air. And your spiritual is your fire, and that's your willpower, and that's your wands. Allow Thor to set you free. All right, Merkstavi on page 70. When Thor uses his hammer for the betterment of the 9 realms based on this responsibility, it's done from the godly position. How are you wielding your power based on your responsibilities? If you've become power hungry, this is an urgent reminder to put your hammer down. That's what I was trying to explain to B. I was trying to tell her what happened yesterday. What happened? Nothing really. I was riding with staff up the elevator because I locked myself out of my other room. Well, I didn't. I don't know what happened. The key was inside and I didn't have it. No, it's not that. The door, that's right. The keys don't work on the door. So anyways, I was riding up there and the security was going up anyways. And it was a funny story. We were laughing. What was it? These kids on the 7th floor dropped a ball from the 7th floor, this little bouncy ball. But they didn't do it once. They did it twice. So they're going up there to catch these kids. And she's like, I know who did it. They're right there. Let me go let her in. Right? And I was like, dude, those are some badass kids. They're like, badass kids. I was like, they're brave. How many kids sit there looking down like, I want to drop a ball down there. I wonder how far it would jump. I want to do it. 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 Leave it to this little bastard on the 7th floor. He was the one that did it. He didn't do it once. He did it twice. Why? Because he got away with it the first time. So I was telling him that story as we were riding up. I was like, don't rip him up, dude. These are the bravest kids ever. Every kid has always thought about it. This was the kid that did it. It's like, you're right. I was like, I know, fucking bastard. He's going to break all the rules. I see a Lilith in that guy. Realistically, it wasn't a bad ball. If it was a basketball, he could have knocked somebody out. It was one of those, those bouncy balls. Yeah, I was like, I bet that thing got like fucking 30 feet of air once he dropped it. I wish I could have saw it. My daughter was down playing with the kids when it happened. Anyways, so I'm riding up the elevator and she's like, hey, can I ask you a question? I was like, who, me? She's like, yeah, something about magic and hexes and shit like that. And I was like, dude, I just did a class on that last night. I was like, do you watch YouTube? It's like, I don't really give out my YouTube, but here, let me give it to you. And then the other girl's like, are you on TikTok? And I was like, no. I'm not really trying to expand like that. I'm not really about all that. And then I was trying to tell B, I was like, B, I'm not ready to share my trauma with the world yet. I'm not ready. That's all that's in there is talking about overcoming trauma. I was like, I'm not ready to share that. And sometimes I forget that I've invited such people and they're just listening to me take off the layers of my terrible life. I often forget about who's listening on the other side. I'm not ready to blow up. I'm not ready for all that. That's like, there's people that don't even want to tell one person, let alone God wants me to be famous for this shit. He wants these terrible stories of what he's put me through to be famous. I'm famous for these awful stories. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to, hey, come look at my wounds. Let me tell you about my vagina and how it works. Let me tell you about my mental illnesses. Let me tell you about what my mom did to me. Let me tell you about running through the streets. Let me tell you. I don't want to. It's just what I have to do. So as far as this, going back to it, it's like, have you become power hungry? Is this that's not what I'm doing this for. You go to someone like, and I talked about you, Russ. I said that. I said, I don't want people to have all that. And she's like, yeah, because then they can use it against you. I was like, actually, I'm free by that. But that's what happened in the beginning. She said, how could he do that? I was like, bro, he's done it every day since then. Russ started this. I promise you. I started to like Russ, and somehow I started opening up to him about having just the slightest sexual trauma. I was like, I don't remember sex. I black it all out. The only thing I can ever remember, oh, my kids are listening, was the tip going in. So he goes out, I swear to God, look at the date. He goes out and makes a song called Nasty. And the song is, in the song, it's like, I love the sound of the tip going in. And he pauses the beat and he puts on a fucking moan. And he makes this whole big show of it. He uses my most vulnerable fucking torture against, dude, your biggest fear, bro. He used it against me. But that was just the beginning. That was just the beginning. No, I don't want to share my trauma with people like this so they could turn around and try to, use it against me or use it to make a song, a t-shirt, a hat, like they all have done. Albums, tours, campaigns on my pain. I told her, I was like, that's why I can't stand him, bro. You want to know why, dude? That was the most hurtful thing he could have ever done. And I acted like it didn't hurt. And he kept doing other things. And I just kept acting like they didn't hurt until finally I just cried. And I said, you know what? Fuck you. You're right. I acted like it didn't hurt for so long. And it was finally one song that I broke. He wrote this song about, what? They're all over there next to that bedside. I was charging them. He wrote this song, something, I'm trying to take care of you, but you won't let no one in because of the last guy or some shit. And I just was like, you know what? You're right. I'm all types of fucked up. Now quit telling me. Quit it. Enough. I just gave in and I faced it. But he kept doing it. The longer I acted like it didn't hurt, the more he kept doing it. And I guess, in the sense of it, that's probably why I talk all kinds of shit to fucking Bobby. He don't say shit. I can say whatever I want to that dude. It doesn't seem to bother him. Realistically, it doesn't. He doesn't seem to be bothered by a word I say. But if he told me it bothered him, then I'd probably stop. I don't know what that is. It's probably one of the schools telling me the kid's not there. Yeah, it is. All right. So that's what it is. Are you doing this just to be power hungry? Just to, to have some power over people? You're trying to be famous. You're trying to go viral. You're just trying to get people to look at you. Fine. What do you want them to look at? Once you've got their attention, where are you going to lead them? Damn, they're going to keep calling. That's the whole thing. You lead them into damnation. And that's where it goes back to, these celebrities. They have millions and millions and millions of people watching them. Do what? You have everybody's attention, but you're not using it for anything good. You know what I mean? You wanted everybody to, follow you, but you're not a leader. You're not leading them anywhere. If you have become power hungry, this is an urgent reminder to put the hammer down. Our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies are all influence our power. Ground your energy and ask the Lord to help you navigate your soul's journey for the highest good of the universe. It's questioning your intentions. Are you doing this just so that you could look cool to people? You want people to look at you in some type of way? Fine. Imagine you already got what you wanted. You got 1 million followers. You want to know something? I'm going to tell you a secret. It's not a secret. I'm almost at 1 million views myself, and I'm watching it with intention. Said, how cool will it be if I get 1 million views after just 2 years? You can look at my profile and see that. That's amazing. I did nothing to do that. I did nothing. That was my spirit guides sending my messages far and wide. Oh my God, they're not going to stop. Hold on. I just ditch school without getting caught. They will make sure that you're caught here. I lost my train of thought before they kept calling in shit. That's what it is. Imagine you already have whatever you think you want. You want 1 million subscribers. Okay, you have it. Now, what does your life look like now that you have them? That's what it means to live in the manifestation of whatever the fuck you're working towards. If that's what you're working towards and you want this great big following, fine. Imagine you already have them. Now, what are you going to do once you have them? And that's going back to, what are you going to do when you actually have this man that you want, this woman, this job, this life? Imagine you already have it. Does it bring you happiness? What does it feel like? What is it? What are you going to do next? All this work to get to that moment. And that's where I'll take you. What's your fucking name? Lewis. I'm trying to find this card. I'm right on it. This one. Lewis. If I could just wave a wand, which I totally could, and you have your 8-time world championship now. You don't have to wait till the end of this year. You don't got to wait next year. You don't got to wait no more. It's here. Imagine you have it now. It's done. What does your life look like after you have this 8-time world champion? How does it change? How will your life change once you have it? You're waiting till that moment. After that moment, your life is going to start. It's not the end. It's the start of something big. It might be the end of Formula One, but you have plans for after. Correct? Correct. So imagine you already have it. Can you start those plans now? Did you ever need the 8-time world championship to start these plans? You need that to end something, or you need that to start something? He's just someone to show you. And that's what I mean is like, you think that this, when you get here, that's when you're happy and that's when your life starts. Okay, but just imagine you're already there and start the fucking life. Really? Yes. As we go to life's path. I don't know how to pronounce this. Do you know how to pronounce that, Marsha Mathers? I don't know. Ormangand. I'm going to say Ormangand. Really? I'm going to go with that. Why? That's what I want to just say. Nobody's ever said it. I don't know what the fuck that word is. I'm going to say the J isn't there. Ormungand. And no R. Otherwise it gets weird. All right. The mighty serpent dwells in Midgard. He is the son of Loki and the gigantus, another word I cannot pronounce. Ormangand circles the earth and governs the oceans, seas, rivers, and lakes. He is the god of the waters. What is waters? Your emotions. He signifies that life is circular, wherever we look in the universe. The cycles we live are within our lessons each time we incarnate. Oh God, here we go with the fucking cycles of life. Jormungand is a blessing and an auspicious card to draw because it means that you are aligned. Everything is as it should be. You are on the right life path, working through your karma, and at this moment, your life is flowing like a great river, blessing you. Merkstavi. I have a lot of blessings. I didn't even know it was the end of the month, and I'm not even on no end of the month type shit. Wake up, wake up. It's almost the first of the month, and I didn't even know that. Really? I lost 10 days. Didn't you see that? I mean, I didn't lose them. I just kept on keeping on. You're like, damn, it's already February? Bitch, it's already fucking December. How fast do you want to move through this year? It's all in your mind. What day are you living in? Really, we're living in the Civil War times right now. I'm watching relive time, like old times. Really? Old times. All right. Anyways, reversed indicates that you have lost your way. It's time to get back on track and reconnect with your life's path. Allie, where in the fucking universe are you? You're on like a whole different planet. Where you been? Are you in a different country? Where are you? Really? Where have you been? Seriously? I've been working on some shit. Shut up. Are you hanging out with Russ? That's bad energy, you know. I've been telling him that since the day I met him. Stay away from that guy. Stay away from that guy. Stay away from that guy. He's no good for you. I tell everyone. Fucking Allie. Where you been, Allie? Where the fuck are you? Are you in the what planet, what continent, what reality, what state of being are you at right now? Where the fuck are you? Yeah, I see you. Or actually, I don't. It's time to get back on track and reconnect with your life's path. What are you doing, Allie? Are you going to be a superstar? Have you lost your mojo? What is it? Damn it. It's okay. The god of the water signifies our emotions and experience. Do not let your emotions get caught up in the twists and turns of existence, but allow yourself to immerse fully into your feelings. Feel, process, and release them. It's called shadow work. I see Wolfman standing there with a white t-shirt and his arms crossed. If you can't do this, I'll always be more powerful than you. If you're just standing there and you don't understand it, you'll never understand it. It's not something I'm doing. It's something you do on your own. We all have shadows, my friend. Realistically, it's more like, you know what I mean? Like he's just there to witness it, but isn't part of it. Maybe you've never seen anyone. I am one of a kind. They speak of it, but I've never seen anyone do it either. Become the swimmer, and that's what it is. It's like he's just watching. He's just watching how it's done. Well, that's how it works, but don't just sit there in the fucking stands watching. Everybody just watches. It's a whole fucking arena of people watching me fight myself in this fucking battlefield. Become the swimmer, and like the great serpent, I'm seeing Fight Club, beating the shit out of myself over here. What happens in Fight Clubs? First rule of Fight Club. Just kidding. Become the swimmer, and like the great serpent, rediscover your place in the circle of life. The circle of life. Oh, John's out there somewhere singing to you. Marshall, can you bring your friend? He knows all kinds of cool people. Well, they know him, I guess. I guess he don't really know anybody. Oh, you don't know nobody. Anyways, all right, so what do we got? We got demon slayers and, take a rest. We got Thor out there, you know what I mean? So I need to fucking dropping down the hammer. Sounds like Justice is all the way around this shit. The fucking Justice League. Avengers. Sounds great. Really, we should watch some Marvel movies. I have not. I think I'm gonna have to pay for my other one. You know that I do that? I'm thrifty. Really? Thrifty bitch. So I'll pay for my Netflix for like 3 months and we'll watch everything on it. And then I won't pay for it, and then I'll go pay for Hulu for like a month or two. We'll watch everything on it. I don't watch them all. I don't keep them all open. Why? Because nobody's using them. It's a waste. It's throwing money in the wind. Stripper money. That's rust type shit. All right, what's our Krishna energy? It's not. It's Buddha. How do you know? Because his book is right here. Lord Buddha. What are we going to talk about? He said something about causation. Really? Because he said so. I don't know where that is, though. Really? It's the teachings of Buddha. I hardly know, like, where all the scriptures of Christ are. Okay, chapter 2. Teachings, his compassion, vows, eternal, appearance of Buddha, Buddha virtue, causation, page 80. All right, what were we? We were on 88, and then we were on 7. Ooh, 77 is turned down. Turned down for what? I don't know. Should we go there? No, because we already read it, obviously. It's part of it. Why did they say 80 and it's on 70? 80. We're going to go to page 80, though. Causation. There are causes for human... Oh, here we go. Because God said. Here we go. There are causes for human suffering, and there is a way by which they may be ended, because everything in the world is a result of a vast co-occurrence of causes and conditions, and everything disappears as these causes and conditions change and pass away. It's the Passover. Really? Well, that's what we're talking about. As the wheel turns, things are made that way. As I told you, God puts you in your suffering. When this is all said and done, all forgiveness is supposed to be given to God. You're asking for his, but he's asking for yours. When you realize that, like I said, you made me love them. You made me fall. You walked me straight into hell, only to walk you out. And that's the story. Really? There's no devil. It was God. Can you forgive him for such things? Why did he do it? That's when you understand. And all forgiveness is given. Because he didn't just do it to you. He didn't do it to you. He did it for you. For you could understand. You just haven't got the understanding of what your suffering means. Why you went through that. I can look back at all this and tell you why, something so simplistic. Whether this life or another. Really? Yeah. Let's move on. Rain falls, wind blows, plants bloom, leaves mature, and are blown away. These phenomenons are all interrelated with cause and condition and are brought about by them, and they disappear as the cause and condition changes. One is born through the conditions of parentage. His body is nourished by food. His spirit is nourished by teachings and experience. Therefore, and that goes back to it, Bridge Fit, you can give your kids the best food and the best clothing, but what are you feeding their minds? Are you teaching them the word of God? Are you teaching them about the world that you live that outside of your Tennessee fucking you know what I mean, tennis club. We're trying to provide this world for them that doesn't exist outside of your fucking house. And that goes back to, Royce sharing that. It's like, you're deculturizing your children, you're desensitizing them, and you're actually not protecting them. You're making them ignorant and dumb to the real world that's out there, which means they're going to be taken advantage of. They're going to be in harm's way. To teach your kids that it's not a dog world out there is making them uneducated. You can't be there to save them. And not every town that they're in is going to be like your little Tennessee. Your Tennessee Titans over there. What the fuck is wrong with you? You keep trying to mask your kids from real society. You don't want them to see homelessness. You don't want them to see, do you know a black person? God damn it. NF, do you talk to black people? Does your wife know black people? Do your kids know black people? Do you know any black people? Have you raised your children this far in life without a black friend? I know you do it without God. You're mad at God because of your childhood and she never knew him. How are your kids going to make it through the fucking end days? Living on a little fucking farm. Old MacDonald had a fucking farm. You've taught them to fear things like fucking cheeseburgers and french fries and fucking what else? Have you taught them anything useful? Compassion, kindness. Have you shown them people with other skin? Have you shown them how other people live? Will they have understanding? Have you shown them the real world? Have they ever drove them down a street where there's a fucking tent and a homeless camp? Because they swear to God they're on every fucking corner in America, but you avoid that street because you don't want your kids to see people suffering. You don't want to see the real world outside of, your television screen, their fucking iPad, their fucking perfect little, Montessori schools, their perfect little lunches that you fucking... There are kids, dude, they don't even know they exist. They don't even know the world they live in. You have created this fantasy world off of money. That goes back to you black people that that whitewashed your kids, that are afraid of their own fucking culture, that have no idea how black people really live. Because you have them all tied up nice and neat in a white neighborhood with white fucking clothes and white hair. White fucking friends. Do you bring your fucking black community in? Or going back to it, Royce, do you have white members that come to the table? Do they have white friends? You're not teaching them what they need to know. You're fucking trying to blind them from the real world. You're trying to protect them from what? Your fears? You need to fucking teach them. Not in fear, but in reverence. That especially going back to you, Bridge Fit and NF, that nobody lives like this. Nobody lives like this. And you teach those motherfuckers how people really live. You take them down to the streets. You show them. You teach them humility. You teach them what it is, or God will, in the worst ways. He will humble the shit out of your children if you don't do it. They don't need to suffer, but they will endure suffering if they don't understand that it's out there. You can't protect them from some shit like that. They're ignorant and will walk straight into suffering. You can't say they'll never catch a bus. They'll never be in a public location. You can't protect them from the world outside. You can't move them away to some fucking island or some country. You can't grow your kids up not knowing that drugs and alcohol and homelessness and bigotry and all of this is out there. They're not real people if they don't know what real life is. And you as the parent. And that's where these people, like these adults, like Russ and these fucking adults are out here. And it's like, who the fuck raised you? How do you have no understanding, no compassion, no kindness, no reverence, no God? And then you look at their parents. And we could watch this go back to the beginning of fucking time, that none of you taught your children to be better. And that's where we have to be in the generational curse breakers. And we have to be everything that everybody else wasn't for our children. My children have seen the best, and they've seen not necessarily the worst, but some pretty terrible things. They've seen it in Oklahoma. They've seen real racism in Oklahoma. My daughter had a friend, a little black girlfriend that lived over in the black neighborhoods, and they couldn't hang out. She kept trying to, I was okay with it, but the little girl wouldn't let her come in that neighborhood, said she couldn't. And we knew that the other little girl couldn't come to Mr. Plum's house. When was that? About a year and a half ago. You think something's changed? Some revolutionary war came through there, and these girls, now a black girl and a white girl, can be friends only in school. And according to Mr. Plum, I had no business putting my children in that school. And my kids deserved a better school than that school because it's mixed. Are you serious? I swear to God, bro. But I also put them in the school in the same year. They were in my white school. They were in the same year. They went to the same school that I went to when I was their age. The year of Columbine. Those same kids, an all-white school, preppy school, where they were going to summer camps and fucking mountain bike classes and outdoor labs and they had orchestra and all of this shit. They've seen both sides. They've learned, you know what I mean? They've learned that people live differently. You know, I used to go all out on birthday parties, and they went to a country birthday party where there wasn't nothing but a cake. We think that this is the way that we're supposed to live according to society and where we live. It's like, you know, mothers do this and that. But if you don't, you're a bad mother. If you don't put up fucking Christmas lights and you don't fucking, you know what I mean, and you don't do all of this stuff and you don't participate in society, then you're not part of society. But what is it? There's other people that don't go this far. God wants us to have children and raise good children, to raise the bar, to create a good world. It's the people that make the world. He created the world, and then he put people on it to govern over this world with great ideas, great intentions, with all his power to create at their fingertips. They're creating madness, and they're creating a lot of things, and they imitate everything from their parents. So, you know, I know you wanted to give your kid the best life, but by doing that, you're depriving them of what life really is. Because when they leave that life, these golden spoon-fed fucking trust fund kids that'll probably never have to get a job because, you know, their daddy is a rapper, they don't understand real kids with real lives. They're now set apart. You've alienated them with money. Richie rich kids that don't know how real kids feel, what real kids think, what they go through when they go to school. They don't know how other kids feel. They're not like other kids now because you've put them in a private school. So now they're private kids. They only know their way of life. They don't know how other people live. And that's why, you know, going back to integration and general population, it's like that gave us an ability. At my kid's school up the street, when she graduated that school, they had 4 different interpreters come in. They had 4 different interpreters for graduation, not just Spanish. They had 4 different interpreters because they had members of different countries that spoke different languages that they wanted to, you know what I mean, make part of this. Really? Yeah. How cool would it be for your kid to sit down with a kid from India? They used to be called foreign exchange students, where these kids from other countries could come and sit next to us and teach us their culture, and they could learn ours. Not in Bridge Fitt's house. They only go to the best schools. only people with money, only this, only that. They'll never sit around regular kids and see what they're pulling out for lunch. They'll never see a kid that's covered up, a Somalian kid that's covered up from head to toe. They'll never see, you know what I mean? Any of that. No culture, no braids, none of that. They'll never see any of that. Why? Because you're denying them a real life. Because those kids are in every school. Not today, but that's where they are. And they're just people. You're denying them expression of people and what our country really is. Because you're trying to protect them of what our country really is. But they're going to be the adults that have to clean this up. If you don't show them what's outside, then they get outside, which is away from you. They're going to act all kinds of foolish. They're not going to be equipped for the people outside. They're not going to know how to handle a street hustler. They're not going to know any of this. They're not going to know to feel bad for people. They're not going to know anything. You're making them ignorant by trying to protect them and keep them locked away in a perfect place, in a perfect home, with perfect meals, in a perfect life. You don't want them to know that anything is bad outside of them. You want this perfect world for them. But you can't do that. You can't smother and bubble wrap them. Because once they leave your reality, which is your house, and they go outside, they realize it's a totally different world. And they'll kind of call you the lie. Because everybody else, it lives different than us. And that can look many different ways. You know what I mean? A kid that grew up in a traumatized house didn't know until they got outside. And they saw that other people live different. Your mom doesn't do that. That's how your parents, you have a dad, you have a grandma. This is what you do. You guys get these like mansions. I can see it. It's like to the Kardashians kids, have they ever met a friend? It's like, what, you're going to invite Kim Kardashian to a play date? That's stressful. I'm not inviting them in the paparazzi. Realistically, do these kids interact? They're socially awkward. They don't know how to relate to their generation because they're set apart. They're weirdos. They're covered in money. That's all it is. The kids don't know it. It's the parents that have masked them in money. Kanye's kids are black, bro. These are black ass kids, bro. They have no idea they're black. Realistically, I don't think so. They're not reminded. They know nothing about their black heritage. Nothing. No, they're being raised solely by Kim Kardashian. You think she sits there and talks about their fucking heritage and shit? You think she talks to them about God? You think she talks to them about suffering? You think she teaches them morals and values and fucking ethics? Kim Kardashian? Jesus Christ. Let me move on. One is born through the conditions of parentage. His body is nourished by food. His spirit is nourished by the teachings and experience. Therefore, both flesh and spirit are related to condition and are changed as conditions change. And that's where it is you could have been a certain type of person, but then you go off to the military or you go off to college, and now you become more, I don't want to say experienced, but more open. And that's where it is you become open to more outside of your home. They're closed-minded. Really? Yeah. As a net is made up of series of knots, so is everything in the world. It is connected by a series of knots. If anyone thinks that the mesh of net is independent, isolated thing, he is mistaken. And that's where our lives have an impact on everybody else's lives around us. Even if nobody talks to us, even if you think nobody sees you, you are an impact. Your life really matters. It matters in the great scheme of things. It's not like no life matters. Everybody's life matters. It's part of a bigger picture. You're part of a family that maybe you don't talk to. That's fine. But you carry in you a generation of people. In your struggles and in your trials and tribulations, you're also a member that stands for that layer of, victory. You are part of elite groups that haven't been recognized. You're a solitary, warrior out there, part of, the bigger scheme. Really? You just haven't found your people yet. but neither have they. You were separated at birth. Really? Mm-hmm. It is called, let's see, blossoms come about because of a series of conditions that lead them up to blooming. Leaves are blown away because of a series of conditions that lead up to it. Blossoms do not appear independently, nor does the leaf fall of itself out of the season. So everything has its coming forth and passing away. Nothing can be independent without any change. And that's circumstance. Your circumstances force you to change. If not, there would be no change. Realistically, I'm seeing California. Let me finish this last part. California. I lived in San Diego and it's 69 and breezy all year long. Pretty much, pretty fucking much. It might get up, like if you go in land, like during the summer, it could get into the 90s and shit. But at the beach, no, it's pretty much the same. Realistically, you don't change your clothes because there's no need. It's just fucking flip flops, fucking skirts, fucking shorts. I don't like shorts. You know what I mean? That was it. You just wore the same wardrobe. You could wear it year after year after year. There was no change. No? Even the bay gets cold where you got to pull out the sweaters and shit. It gets rainy and wet and shit. They get like a winter. Nah, not San Diego. Really? No. Mm-mm. They call it, you know what I mean? Sunny San Diego. Realistically, the weather never changes. Really? No. Not on Christmas, not on Thanksgiving, not on fucking New Year's, not. No. I mean, there was some floods that hit them. Obviously, some serious climate change hit California since then. But typically, no. It's just predictable bullshit. There's no fun in that. Really? No. So, like Colorado, we have 4 seasons. Really? It's changeable seasons. You have to change your clothes. And it's cool. If not, who wants to wear summer clothes all summer long? You just want to always be wearing fucking. Those are people that live in Florida. You just always want to be wearing nothing and sweating. It's like always hot. No, I like it when it's cold and I can put on warm clothes. I like it when it's hot and I can take off some warm clothes. These are change in circumstances, right? So, going to your jobs and relationships, if your jobs or things outside of you didn't change, you would never change. If you didn't outgrow your underwear, you'd be wearing the same underwear forever. If your shoes didn't get wore out, why buy another pair of shoes? If circumstances didn't wear and tear on you, then you would never change. Realistically, if your eyes, I'm seeing glasses, right? You can need a pair of glasses. Anybody that wears glasses forever wears glasses unless you get laser surgery. Fine, whatever. Some people just don't want to wear glasses. That's fine. But in essence, you're always going to have to get a stronger prescription, usually is how that works. It's like the circumstances, they get drained, they get strained, and they get strained, and you have to get a new pair. And that causes you to look different. Otherwise, you look the same. Same old, same home. Russ. He's had the same hairdo since he was, I guess, probably a child. He'll never know what it feels like to look different. He'll never know what it feels like until he cuts his hair, if he ever never does. Why doesn't he? Because he believes it makes him beautiful, or because he's trying to sell a hair product? I'm not really sure. I don't know why he does it. Maybe someone tells him how beautiful it is all the fucking time. I'm not sure. But he'll never know what it feels like to have short hair. He'll never know what he looks like with short hair. He'll never know the empowerment of looking different and feeling different because he doesn't do anything different. Really? Mm-mm. He'll never know what it feels like to be different because he doesn't want to be different. Circumstances. I mean, I guess if you start losing your hair, then you'll start to see what it feels like to not. Just playing with you. If things didn't change, then there would be no change. This goes back to the apple in the garden. Let me finish here. It is the everlasting and unchanging rule of this world that everything is created by a series of causes and conditions, and everything disappears by the same rule. Everything changes. Nothing remains constant. And that goes back to Jesus. This too shall pass. What was I going to talk about? Oh, the beginning of time. Adam and Eve, the tree. Adam and Steve, the tree. If they never ate the apple, if they were never tempted by the temptress, the serpent, whatever, go fuck yourself. If she never gave in to temptation, the idea of what if, then nothing would have ever happened. If they always followed God's rule, there would have been no suffering. There would have been no nothing. There would have been no conflict. There would have been nothing. It would have been just like everything else he ever created. There would have been no free will. Where's the free will? The free will to do as you choose. There's rules, but you can do as you choose. And that's it. Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, but don't swallow. There's no devil. That's God. He made this a difficult journey. Because, again, there's no free will in heaven. You do as God says. There's no free will anywhere. You don't have a choice. There's no choice to be had. He created choice here. If she didn't eat the apple and she followed all the rules, and they followed all the rules, it's just another happily ever after. And nobody would have wanted to ever come here. Why? Because it's the same thing everywhere else. We'll just do what God says wherever we go. Why would we want to come here? You came here because you could make your own choices. You could be whatever you wanted. You could do whatever you wanted. They say the fall of man was to make that choice of their own free will. What would have happened if they didn't? Then nobody would have ever done anything outside of God. And that means then it would have just been heaven on earth. And everybody thinks that that's the great idea. But the greatness is the ability to choose. He gives us the choice. And he doesn't persecute us for our choice. He lets us learn what the consequence of our choice is. That's all. That's free will. He allows us to choose of our own free will. Now, someone like me, I know what the right choice is. So I don't really have a choice. There's no choice to be made. Really, I know what God wants, so I do what God wants. But again, I can choose of my own free will to say, fuck you, God. I'm going to sit around and do whatever the fuck I want today. I could, but I'd only feel guilty because my true essence knows that this isn't what is right for me. It wouldn't actually give me any joy to do whatever I wanted. And I still have the freedom to do what I want, but I just don't want to do such things anymore. Really? That's the whole excursion, is you have the choice. They're all your choices. And he can't force you, and nobody can. And you'll be sitting there crying, what do you want me to do? He just wants you to figure it out. Make a choice. There's no wrong choice. That's what free will is. They say that the free will was to make that choice. All she did was fuck around and found out. Really? If you look at it, that was the sin. He said, don't do that. And so she did it. And what happened? Well, they say they were casted out, meaning, well, go figure it out. Now you have the knowing. Now you know. Now go. Now, if they didn't, don't you think God would have kept tempting them? Just to see? Because that's all he ever does. He tempts you to see. He allows the darkness to tempt you. He would have continued to tempt them. And he did, you know what I mean? He allowed them to be tempted. But they just didn't have the virtues. Really? That's it. There's no devil tempting you. He is. He's challenging you to be a better person. He's challenging you to know better, to do better, to be better, to learn how to be better is what he's challenging you to do. And that's what it is. We learn. How many times are you going to do this before you learn? I don't know, a couple of hundred more times. And that's what I asked Bobby. He said, I'm going to do it at least another year because I like the suffering. All right. If you like it so much, go right ahead. At least you know what you're doing. Most people don't. Really? I mean, that's what it is. So I go back to that. It's like, you know that you're about to choose a difficult path, but you know it's the path that God wants for you, and that nobody's going to agree with this path, and you're going to have to break the rules. These are your choices: to follow the rules of man or follow the rules of your heart, go against things like that. Going back to my divorce, I can sit here in full honesty. You've heard my stories. Do you think, according to God's love and benevolence of me as his daughter, that he chose of that Bible for me to stay with those men?
Or did he not do everything in his power to break me free of those men, and I kept using my knowing, my laws of my mind to keep going back to these men? Do you think it was biblical that by God's law, he wanted me to stay with those men? That he wanted me to suffer for the rest of my life and my children to suffer? That was what the Bible said, because that's what the Bible said. I wasn't supposed to get divorced. I had to go against the Bible and my Christian teachings to do what I knew was right in my heart and right by God. God didn't want this for me. I knew he didn't want it, because every time I prayed for him to get me out, he would try. He would try to get these people away from me. I was the one that kept bringing it back based on the laws and my understanding. I'm just saying that. And going back to it, if I wasn't supposed to, as the serpent, if I wasn't supposed to tempt them, why did he let me? Who did he let tempt Jesus in the woods? He said it. Tempt them. Do them no harm. And that's really what it is. We're always tempted to give in to darkness. It's always there. It's always an option. It's always an option to fuck you up today. It's always an option to let loose on a motherfucker today. This is always an option. I bear the right to be a bitch. And I can get away with this because, I could blame it on my childhood. I could blame it on anything, or I could just walk around being a bitch. And ain't shit you could do about it. I could just be a bitch all day long. I need a bitch to hold me tight. Realistically, I could. Why not? Everyone else is being a bitch. I could be a bitch. I could be the best bitch. Let me be a bitch like the rest of these bitches. No, God said, must be a lady. What? Lady what? Lady of the night. Wonder why I call you bitch. Just kidding. Something like that. It's a choice. He hopes that next time you'll choose better. But that's his forgiveness. He believes, as I believe, you're going to get this right one day. You'll get right with God. And getting right with God is just getting right with yourself. That's all that means. How do I know I'm right with God? When you're right by yourself and you don't feel wrong in your skin. You no longer feel condemned by yourself. That's how you know you're right with God. Nobody tells you. You know it. You're right. You feel all right. You know that there's nothing in the night that's like, I'm a bad person and I've done bad things and God forgive me and I don't know if I'm going to make it to heaven the way that I've been. Nah, get right. Get right and get into heaven. Realistically, something like that. So 10 days of, what were the 10 days? A lot. I'm going to have to size this up. Sometimes it takes me a long time to think and I just leave the video. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drop this here. Oh yeah, rest. Let God fight your battles. If you're doing things for the wrong reasons, holding you back, all of that, I'm remembering. I remember. I have a memory sometimes. I don't like it. Hey, I love you guys. What's in the comments? All kinds of shit. What? Old philosophers. Hi, you're new. Hi, new person. I've been watching you before. Welcome back. That's usually what happens. You'll watch me for a while, and then I'll say something that you just rubs you the wrong way, and you're like, you'll unsubscribe, and I don't like her anymore. And then you'll come back later. Really? Yeah, I triggered you. I hit a wound, and you didn't like it, and you'll run away. Then you'll get bored, and you'll come back and get wounded again. It's not, I don't wound you. I'm the wounded one here. My words are just triggering to people. It's meant to heal you while I'm doing my own. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. We'll pick up with some fucking shadow work later, I guess. That's all we can do. It's Friday. Start digging in the fucking pits of our pains. Why do you do that? I told you, because it's a really good high that comes afterwards. Really? It's really empowering after you heal yourself and deal with yourself. Oh, God. I saw Wolfman again. Can I do it a different way? Can you put him down for a minute? Can you go away for a minute? It's not that I don't love you. You're making things hard. Just stop for a minute, please. Realistically. Can you get his fucking picture off my wall for just 1 minute? Picture me rolling. Pac, I'm gonna wear your t-shirt. I should. Not today, because nobody's outside. They won't even see it. I'm messing around with him. Really, yeah, I gotta do a bunch of shit tomorrow. I'll wear it tomorrow. It's a funny thing. Really, yeah, it's funny. You don't understand. Really, he's all in my life. It's like being married and wearing his picture on your shirt. It's like having a profile with you and your dude. It's like, that's what it is. It's a funny joke. It's like I'm with him. And the picture is him looking up. And I'm like, I'm just going to be looking, you're just going to be looking at me and I'm looking at you. This is so weird. Really, it's funny. It's a joke. He's having fun with me. He's making fun of me. He usually is. Wonder why I call you bitch. Really? You know Tupac Shakur? He's always haunting me. Just playing. He's my boy. All right, I'm going to go and we'll, oh God. I have to leave this card on the deck before we go. Why? Because I can't close this until I put this out there. Put your picture on my wall. Oh, it's Sandalphone. Yes, bro. Sandalphone is the funnest fucking angel. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. He sends your prayers through music. We're going to be jamming today. Oh, and somebody was mad about that yesterday. I shared a beat. Dude, that's an old beat, dude. I was sitting on that. Dude, if you guys could see my beat selection, you'd be mad. You'd be beatboxing me. Boxing me for the beats. Really, yeah, I shared this beat yesterday of a song that I would have wrote. And they're like, I fucking hate her. You hate what? I didn't make the song. I haven't even made it yet. You hate it because I like it? You're such a fucking hater. I didn't even have nothing to do with that song, bro. I haven't even made a song. You're just mad because I like the beat? Why is she always finding good beats? Because I like good music. Something you're incapable of creating. That pissed off my celebrities. It was supposed to inspire you, not piss you off. You're directing your energy in the wrong way. I'm sure fucking Russ took a part of it and sampled it and is making his next fucking album, his next fucking anthem. Russell, if you fucking come out here this year with this bullshit, bro, I swear to God. What are you gonna do? The same thing you always do? I know, I gotta find a new way to fuck with you. You better not do this stupid shit, dude. Please be a new version of something new. Be new this year. God damn it. Don't be the same dipshit. Really? I mean, he's looking like a dipstick, isn't he, though? Oh my God, Russ. I'm gonna have to drag you through eternity like this, aren't I? Oh, God. God wants you back, Lucifer. I'm tired of this. I don't want to be in the middle of this bullshit any fucking more. Really? He loves you. And he thinks you should cut your hair. He does, or I do. It's just hair. It'll grow back. Why don't you cut your hair? Why? Because you look like your mom? You already do, douchebag. I think you could look good with a haircut. Come on, my daughter will cut it for you. Why do you always do that to him? I don't know. Why not? If he ever gets out of his khakis and his girlish ways, talk about a whole divine feminine. Wonder why I call you bitch. Fucking Russ, why am I talking about you? Because it's Friday. He is always here. My Friday night fever. Oh, man. My spirit sucks. I'm going to bed. Really? Yeah, we have 10 days of resting. Take it. Take it. Really? Because you don't know what you're going to need it for, bro. Pull your energy back. Sit around fucking doing nothing. Really? Yes, you need nothing. So much shit happens in the nothing. When you're sitting there and nothing's happening and you have all these great ahas. Really? We're supposed to be manifesting some great shit. And even under the full moon. What the fuck is that noise? Oh my God, you guys want to know a secret? It's not a secret. It was just a secret to me. The dude that I'd be running from that lives here is my fucking next door neighbor. Are you serious? I didn't know that. I saw her come out last night. I mean, I know she was on the 4th floor. Are you serious? I swear to God, they could be fucking in the room next to me. That's how close. Are you serious? I swear to God. I need to get out of here. I swear to God. Have you seen him? Nope. I'm taking the fucking stairs most of the time, bro. I'm taking the back stairs. Are you serious? I saw her last night. I just stood in the doorway. When I saw her come out of her door, my dog, I panicked. I was just holding the dog like, oh my God, no way, dude. Is he in there with you? No way. Am I that? I fucking hate you, God. I'm going to pull out Santa Muerte on your bitch ass, bro. I'm going to send her next door. Really? That was that stalker card. I didn't see it. So the stalker card came out 2 days ago. What was it? fucking Princess of fucking Swords. It was fucking espionage and stalking and shit. So I'm looking at the wall and I'm hearing all this weird tapping. I'm like, oh my God, they're right next door. They could hear me. The power of Christ compels you, damn it. Realistically, it's God that did it. Hey, I just had to tell you that. I haven't even told B. I'm like, I just saw it last night. I'm like, oh my God. I hate you, God. I told you he's going to move your enemy right down the hall from you. You sit down the hall. They're right next door, dipshit. They can hear me. What if he's in the bathroom listening? God, I was so creeped out. Oh, my life is creepy. Fucking Addams Family. All right. 10 days of creepy. No, it's supposed to be sleepy. Love you. Laters. Bye. Oh.